Yeah. Hopefully you done woke up. We got the links up. We got everything on the page. You're moving and you're grooving and you're feeling some sort of way on this Tuesday, June 23rd at 10:21. It's my mom's birthday, so that makes me some buckets. PM on Eastern Standard Time. This is your host, KD. World renowned. 17 new followers in 2 hours. NOJASSSHOW, No Jazz Show. I want to start by saying this. I apologize. I apologize to TikTok. Riverside actually put up another layout. It's pretty nice. And they deleted the links, the auto links that was going to TikTok, and I didn't put them up. So we're not live on TikTok right now, or maybe tonight, but we'll get back to you. It's no big deal. But we are still live on Twitch. We are still live on Facebook in the locker room. And if Tank put up the links, he's live on his page at RUSSELLTANKER. You also will find the link on my page, which is DUPONT. I'm gonna do it right this time. ZNIVEK. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah, Facebook trying to be slick. They want to take my little live down for a little while, so I had to take the link off, but I can put the link on in YouTube. So go find us live on YouTube, which brings me to that segue at No Jazz Show, NOJASS, live on YouTube. Shout out to everybody. Please join in. We didn't leave you, all of the new subscribers on YouTube. We did not, and I apologize for that. Leave you any type of alerts because we didn't know you was coming. But y'all came though. Y'all came. We didn't know you was coming. But y'all came, and I appreciate everybody new for joining us. Today, as we begin this Tuesday, June 23rd edition of the No Jazz Show, coming off of excuse me, I'm so sorry. I got a little something going on in the microphone there, buddy. You hear that? Yeah, it's a little something going on in the microphone. I don't know whose side that is. Let me see. I only got two screens up.
Okay. Also, don't forget we're also live on No Jazz on Facebook as well. NOJASS. We're live there as well. The link is there.
Yeah. We live on that. I just want to make sure all the little feedback I'm getting is straight. That's kind of messing with me a little bit. Like somebody washing clothes.
You still here?
Yeah. It's coming in every so many seconds. It's not bad. It's just, I guess we could talk over it, but I got OCD. But yeah, just like Tank said, you can catch us live on our Facebook page at NOJ. You know what? We got to start doing this too. Because we got a Facebook page and we got an actual Facebook business page. NON, big N, little O, big J, capital J, small ASS is where Tank sent that link. That is the group page. Then there's also a fan page, all caps NOJASS. I was calling it the Phantom page, but it's building up some traction a little bit. So we moving into that. We moving into that area. We probably gonna start sliding a little bit more posts over there on that side, but we're probably gonna keep a video post. But we've been talking, and I said I was the host, and I didn't even introduce my boy. Hank, tell these.
What's up, people? What's up?
Yeah.
back in 1-1.
But he'll be back in 1-1. And while he's back in 1-1, I'll just go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors, as I always do about this time. We want to make sure you all go visit the LYTESNACK lightsnack.com for all of your food delivery needs. Make sure you order from Light Snack. If you order from Light Snack, make sure you order those Magic City wings. And don't forget their motto. Don't forget to lick the sauce when you order those wings. And you can get some fries. You can get some wedge fries. You know what I'm saying? You get a whole lot of things going on at Magic City Wings. Not to be confused with Magic City Kitchen. Fox. But I love you, Lou. Love you, Magic. Y'all my boy. Y'all see me in there. Shout me out. I might get y'all a little plug too, man. Hey, we can do all the Magic. Magic Kingdom, Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Magic Jordan, all that. We can do it all. Now, for all of your when you eat, y'all might be having something intimate going on or whatever you might need to be doing, but your girl might want to wear something soft while she's drinking something soft. So make sure you tell her to go to quickvisits.com for all of her lingerie needs. That's the QUIKVISITS.com. And I don't know what y'all gonna end up doing that night, but just like Dream said, I might have to pay for you to get your hair done. So when you do that, make sure you get that hair done and get those bundles from the Bliss Brazilian. That's BLISSBRAZILIAN.com. BlissBrazilian.com for all of your bundle needs. Check out the specials. They are at on TikTok and Instagram at Bliss Brazilian _. Make sure you look for that. Bliss Brazilian _ for those hair needs. And finally, if you're out eating brunch, dinner, lunch at the office, eating with some friends, going out with a chick for the first time, whatever it is you're doing, make sure you visit the Vault aquaticflowpay.com where you can find the plug card. And what the plug card does for you is, Tank, take it away.
Basically, it breaks up your bill, so you don't have to argue over who's paying what. You don't have to ask for separate checks. You don't have to say, well, cash out me this much or do this, that, and other. You just put your money directly on the plug card. Each person pays for their own meal. Katie said if you're taking the woman out for the first time, I don't think it'll work that in that case, but in all the other instances.
Hey, hold on now. Hey, if she won't go Dutch, she don't mean that much. That's what he say. She won't go Dutch. She don't mean that much. Hey,
but she might.
Tell that
want
young lady if she want to go to Ruth Chris's or all of those fancy restaurants, you go ahead and you put down a down payment on your half, and then I put down a down payment on what is the estimated other half. Restaurants are involved. You order your dinner, you order what it would be. Now, if I have a nice time, I can go to the app and take that money off of your end, and it can stay on your escrow, and I'll pay for the whole thing. If you're a lady and I feel like a gentleman. But if I don't, and you don't oblige as much as you should as being a lady, guess what? The plug will keep everything non-negotiable, baby.
Yeah.
You know for all you independent ladies out there.
What you mean you want to get a couple of plates to take home for your kids? That won't be going on the plug card.
That wasn't on the plug. That wasn't on the escrow. But you know that there are some guys out there because I saw a little bit on social media this week because these guys, we're from another generation. And if you want to purchase that woman a doggy bag for her kids or whatever the case may be, you know, that's on you. But we do need to get the definition of tricking, caking, and courting correct. Because it's women around here that think opening a car door, calling a girl a lot, and simping, calling a girl a lot, is tricking. You know, paying a bill because she asked for it is tricking. That ain't tricking. Tricking is an actual transaction took place. There's a barter in there. Money was traded. See, y'all ain't understanding the TRs in this thing. Tricking, transaction, traded. You spending money on a chick and getting nothing out of it, you caking. You caking. That's called caking. It's a little bit of simping and caking, but then again, sometimes you might be caking. You might be caking the shine. See, we had caking back in our day. So whatever it is, you all are continuing to call tricking. That ain't tricking. I don't care what your Cliff Notes has told these little young ladies or whatever. But I do want to know this, Tank, because you from Atlanta, king of the tricking. The city of the tricking that invented it. I want to know this. What are the top 3 cities or top 5 cities where a woman will ask you for money without knowing you the fastest?
Atlanta, LA, Philadelphia,
Ooh.
Detroit,
Ooh.
and Miami.
Okay. We went out like that. Mine, I might have a top 8. Mine are wherever they from, no matter where they are, that's just how they live. Okay, my number 1 is New York. Because they got a whole lot of begging the stallions up that way. My number 2 is New York. Again, you know what I'm saying? Because they might not be begging the stallion, but boy, it's a whole lot of Vanessa Williams up there, boy. Finesse you out of some money. And my number 3 is New York again. Cause like they just I might even need to break that down in boroughs, boy. Them some begging chicks from New York, boy. They be begging like boy, hey, like,
But say
hey,
hands look like cups.
I mean, hey, I saw you out here walking. I'm so sorry in this hot sun. You good? You could buy me a car. Like, hey, golly, that's New York. That's New York. Now for number 4, woo, Atlanta. And the reason number 4 is Atlanta is because y'all be following New York chicks too much.
Yeah.
Y'all be following New York chicks too much. Now, my number 5. Whoa. This. Oof. My number 5 is LA. My number 5 is LA. My number 5 is LA. And my number 6 is Miami. And the only reason Miami is not number 5 and LA is not number 6 is a Miami chick is gonna talk a whole lot of like she's super duper like mouthy. Like she want big, but she got a whole lot of paragraphs going on about who you are as a man. That might be a Florida chick in general.
Yeah, especially South Florida.
Woo wee, boy! Hey, anybody below that 29th parallel, boy? Hey, woo! But I love all y'all. I love my New York apples. I love my Atlanta peaches. I love my Miami oranges and Florida oranges. I love all y'all. Who did I miss? Oh. Las
Cali.
Vegas,
Yeah.
Cali, tacos.
Yeah. I guess tacos.
I guess we'll use taco. But anyway, moving right along. The number 1 story. Hey man, we gotta get into sports. That's what we do, man. We around here playing. What's going on? We gotta move on into sports, man. We gotta move on into sports. So
what you saying is what you saying is tricking is not a sport.
Well, you know what? No, tricking. Being a player, that's a sport. That's a sport. Tricking is gambling.
Yeah.
Tricking is more gambling. Because you don't really know. Well, you know what? No. Caking is gambling. Caking is gambling, balling out of control like you're gonna get it. Tricking, by the real definition of tricking, if I'm gonna trick off,
I'm getting
I'm the
something out
tricker.
of it.
Coming with me. I'm getting something. Like that's tricking.
What they say, a fair exchange is not a robbery. That's what they say.
A fair exchange and not a robbery. That is real deal tricking. What y'all talking about is caking, and with a sprinkle of simping. With a sprinkle of simping. And any man that's doing it and that's his game, it might be a level of courting in there too. Because I'm not gonna knock a man for saying good morning, saying, hello, how are you doing? How was your day? Calling a woman early in the week to plan something later in the week. You don't want to call a woman on Friday, and regardless of all of that stuff, text her something text her or talk to her and let her know you can have a conversation, and let her know, give her an opportunity to read, because the more of them that say they don't like the WYD text and the WYA text, I'm the ones that's sending them the most.
Yeah.
Them the ones sending them the most. You know what I'm saying? So, give them an opportunity to read, because they probably hadn't read anything since the 9th grade. We just saying. Man, hey, I'm tripping, man. I'm tripping. Let's get to sports, man. Number one news of the day. Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it actually happened almost 24 hours ago, almost by now, has been traded to the Miami Heat. This is indeed probably one of the biggest trades in Miami Heat franchise history, or acquisitions, I should say, because I got to look deeper into it.
Yeah.
Since Shaq probably got there to go on that championship run with D Wade, and it is definitely a crazy acquisition, because let me tell you what they get. Well, actually, Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis are actually headed to Atlanta. There's always the guy that beamed down with you.
Yeah.
That ain't coming back. That's Bobby Portis. Not nothing against you, Bobby, but there's always somebody that beamed down with you. There's always somebody that just beamed down. Don't nobody know who he is, that beamed down with Captain Kirk. But anyway, they're headed to Miami for Wisconsin native Tyler Hero, Jamie Jaquez Jr., L. Ware, and Kasparis Jakusianis. Kasparis Jakusianis in the deal. Milwaukee, I don't know what you did, but don't do that again.
What?
It's something going on in the back.
Oh, okay. I know what it is. It's the AC. Hold on.
All right.
Keep going.
All right. Number 13 pick in the 2026 NBA draft. But Milwaukee will also receive number 13 pick in the 2026 draft, first round swap in the 2030 draft, first round picks in 2031 and 2033. That don't seem like that far. That really doesn't seem like that far, but it's great. That microphone is awesome.
Pick up everything.
And I'm going to tell you, man. And second round pick in 2033. All right, so that's what they get. Giannis Antetokounmpo headed to Miami. This now makes, what do you think, Tank? Who's the top team in Miami right now? Who is the top? Miami chime in. Cause I know y'all live right now. I know y'all on fire. I know the city is on fire. Who is the top team? And I'm talking about as far as who people in Miami.
It would be the Heat as of now.
You think so?
I think it would be the Heat as of now.
Oh, you mean for the next 48 hours?
I think it would either be the Heat. Yeah. And Canes after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Canes.
And then the Dolphins in last. The Dolphins have been last for really since Marino left.
Ooh, I ain't gonna say all that. They had some good years.
They've been down.
We say this, man. The Miami Dolphins. I don't care what the Canes do. I don't care what the Heat do. Miami Dolphins win 7 straight games. I'm not even talking about the championship. Miami Dolphins win 7 straight games coming off the heels of the Canes winning the championship and the Heat winning the championship. That city gonna go crazy about them sardines, boy. That's a Dolphin city now. Like I can't play around like that. Them boy. That's them boy. If you've never seen it come out, if you've never seen it, they love the Canes.
That's by default, man. But I don't think. I think it's a little different when your team not winning. The Dolphins haven't been winning in quite some time.
No, that's what I'm saying.
At this point,
they don't even have to win a championship for the buzz. Like I said, a 7-game winning streak in Miami for the Dolphins will create the same buzz equivalent of the Heat winning the championship and the Canes winning the championship. Trust me. That's a different type of monster now. And then when them sardines be winning, and they get to wear them loud colors.
Yeah, because they hadn't won one since 73. So
they're gonna be
yeah.
So they the Knicks.
Yeah, you could say that.
They the Knicks. Boy, you see how we just came up on that? Shout out to us on the mail.
They hadn't sniffed anything since the early 80s.
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins are the Knicks. The New York Knicks of the NFL. Ooh.
Yep. Maybe they hadn't sniffed anything since 84.
Maybe this y'all year.
It ain't.
Maybe this y'all year, boy.
So what do you think this trade positions the Heat as of now?
Oh, the Heat ain't doing nothing for a while, man, because they got to sign Antetokounmpo to an extension first, which they will. But he about to swallow up so much of the cap. I don't see who's gonna help him. The only opportunity they have is someone has to look at that roster and say, I want to play down there and I'll take a minimum. And I'm still thinking somebody like De'Aaron Fox, who might get kicked up out of San Antonio, might want to come down there and redeem himself. Somebody like Chris Paul might want to step out of retirement. That go back to what you're saying, even though he ain't done this 4 years, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to that. He might want to come back and try to reclaim something that he sees. Somebody gonna have to look at that roster. What I mean is, whomever those 3 core guys are, you believe we can add something to that and make a run. But right now, they about 3 years away. That boy 31, which is not old, but he about to swallow up so much of the cap.
Yeah, you don't have any money to spend on anybody else. And is he somebody that other players will say, hey, I want to go play with him, so I'll take less? That's what they got to bank on. If you want to eat that much of the cap.
Yeah, I have not heard through any wires how he might be a bad teammate.
Yeah.
So he has that going for him. He might end up taking a roster spot up because I think he likes to ensure that his brother has a roster
Yeah.
spot with him. So that almost might be a package deal later down the line, etc. He's a family man in that regard. But yeah, with the cap hit, he's about to take them through. Now, I will admit, Miami and Pat Riley, they are one of those cities that can make it happen. They can make it happen. So we'll just
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, because you mentioned Miami, and then you mentioned other other teams.
Milwaukee.
No, you mentioned Miami. You mentioned as far as the Heat, the
Oh, the other
Kings,
teams
and the
in Miami.
Dolphins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they possibly suffer from some of the same things that guys do or the teams do in Atlanta? Because
Oh,
nightlife.
Miami suffer worse.
Yeah, yeah, the nightlife, the
Miami
the,
suffer
the strip
worse.
clubs. Do you think that hurts them just to the same extent that it seems to hurt
Oh
players
man.
in Atlanta?
Oh man. Like I've always been a firm believer that when the snowbirds start coming down in November,
Mhm.
most definitely the um Dolphins, they pretty much take the season off. It's the
Yeah,
season over with right there. That's always affected them. Um, Not so much the Canes, when they're recruiting well, because by the time November comes around, now we really have to look and see what's going on now that these kids are making money. But
yeah,
Coral Gables is still off from the city
right.
and it's in its own section. But they haven't had to deal with too many distractions in that regard, even though Miami is still Miami, and I'm pretty sure they're enjoying Miami. But my thing is, it's always November. And by the time the Canes get to November, what are we at? 1 or 2 games really left in the season? If
Yeah,
that,
two,
three,
2 to 3.
2 to 3, and those pretty much some cakewalks to prepare for a bowl game. So they kind of get the slack. And then you know, from a Heat perspective, no one in the NBA really takes basketball seriously until after the
After
All-Star
the,
break. So they
yeah,
they just kind of began in November, so they coasting. So yeah, the Dolphins pretty much take the, but all of them, I do believe all of them um have to deal with those distractions down in Miami. Like that's one of those cities. I still don't think socially it's the monster that Atlanta is.
yeah, yeah. No, but you get them out there on South Beach is a wrap. I think, and also, yeah, there
That's a
Atlanta,
section. That's a
yeah,
section.
yeah, Atlanta,
Atlanta
Miami,
is
yeah, the whole gamut.
the whole
Yeah,
gamut.
yeah. They both serve as places you want to come, but they also serve as big distractions if you don't have guys that can get and stay focused.
Exactly. Exactly. It's I've always said, boy, flowery branch just isn't far enough.
Not even close. Yeah, they
Oh,
need to
oh,
be
oh,
further out. Need
hold
to be
on now.
further out.
Let's not forget. Like I need to figure out how they do it. Dallas is definitely a distraction in more ways than one. But I have to give credit where credit is due. The focus that those boys have in Houston, I gotta give them
Yeah,
credit. I
yeah,
that's it may
yeah,
begin to deteriorate soon, but they really do
yeah.
good.
They- yeah,
They
you
really
don't
do
hear
well.
anything about.
You really,
Guys
yeah.
getting caught up in it in the stuff like
It's
that.
almost like the city. It's almost like the city just tells all the distractions, and y'all know what the distractions are. Hey, it's football season. You know what? I'm lying. Them got doggone Rockets. They can't help themselves. The
but
Rockets,
but they
The Astros, and the Texans cool, but the Rockets.
yeah, but and
That's
well,
wild.
and yeah, because the football team doesn't really have them now that Massage Watson isn't there anymore. So they other than that, no, that was
Yeah,
the only problem they had. Yeah.
yeah. Messiah Watson. See, and see, he was living proof. But hold on, where's he from?
hey, 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 you can't blame that on him. Hey, he was there doing it. He wasn't here. He was there.
I got a question. I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Was Watson courting, tricking, caking, or simping?
He was definitely tricking.
Tricking.
Definitely.
Tricking. That boy. Whoa, whoa. But we gonna get into him because from what I heard, he got a starting job in Cleveland. But that's a whole nother story. Now, I want to move on to the next order of business. And I wish the Miami Heat well. I really do. Straight up. But the next order of business is NBA draft, baby, 2026. Look at Tank with the who cares face.
I just got one comment on it, and I'll let you run with it.
All I'm
I
gonna do is
don't
just run
under,
down the thing. We know we football guy, but go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I don't understand why they have the draft right after the championship. It doesn't make
Oh, I
sense to
can
me.
explain
I
that to
mean,
you.
it it you don't no build up, no nothing. It's like, hey, we just got the champs. Yeah, the Knicks just won it all. Yes, yes, yes. Let's have the parade. Okay, a week late. Let's have the parade. Okay, we're finna do the draft now. Like, milk it, do something, but they. I mean, they. I think they go about it wrong. I think they need to follow the NFL blueprint to a
Oh
degree at
no,
least. I
they
mean,
can't.
to it. Yeah, well, I know the timing, but it's like right afterwards. It's like you don't get a chance to really revel in it. It's like, okay, it's yeah, I don't like it. I prefer to have a little time to let's get this thing going. Let's get everything we can out of this
Let's look
championship.
at that. Let's look at that. Hold on. Let's start by saying this. Hold on. Let me do this first.
Okay.
Top 10, the top pick, AJ DeBansa. He's the top pick. Went to the is that the Wizards? No, the Wizards. Yeah, who just acquired um Trey. So I mean they ain't acquired, but they signed it for the 4 years, 212 million. We're gonna get to that too.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna tell you this is the young man. He was always touted to be the number one pick. His daddy represents him, which is good. Former police officer, built the son up to I'm loving that coming off Father's Day, and I'm pretty sure a lot of fathers did what they did. And as far as him representing his son, and he has built a number one pick in the NBA draft for 2026. He is coming out of BYU. I think he has a freshman record for the most points scored as a freshman with 43. Everything across the board. Very decorated kid, McDonald's All-American, all of that. Averaged 25.5 points a game in college. He did it all. Now, they said he was taking some time off doing some things, as far as that's concerned, as far as the game is concerned, but we kind of fixed that. AJ DeBanster, pretty good. Now, second, going to Utah Jazz is Darren Peterson, a guard. And then, we got family matters. You might know this. Carlos Boozer's son out of Duke. Went to Memphis. Cameron Boozer. You know what? I'm not I'm not mad at that because I don't think the city of Memphis can turn him into a wild boy. So then we're gonna go. Hold on now, check this out. You might like this. We got two CWs. We have two CWs right now, playing in Chicago. Name is Caleb Wilson. Isn't that close? Yeah. Oh yeah. I wonder if he paints his fingernail.
I was just gonna ask you, does he wear polish?
You know what I mean? Then we have a guard, Keaton Wagler. Then Mikael Brown Jr. going to Brooklyn at number 6. Darius Acuff Jr. Real good. I like to watch him play. Going to Sacramento. Coming to your city, near you. We just talked about the distractions. Oh my goodness, boy. Woo! Hey, does anybody do their research? Y'all need to watch. Y'all need to watch the No Jazz Show. We just told y'all how this go. Kingston Flemings, guard, going to the Atlanta Hawks with the AP. Get where you coming from?
UNLV.
Houston.
Oh.
When we get to that other point, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Morez Johnson out of Michigan going to Dallas. That's actually a good pick. That lineup gonna get pretty big. He played power forward. And of course, Milwaukee making up for what they just did. Braden Burris, guard out of Arizona. Now, going back to your original point, those are the top 10 picks for the night. We'll give everybody else props, on the website or something, 11 through 20. But going back to Tank's original point in regards to should they take the time off, I'm going to say this. For a number of reasons, I disagree with that. And here's why. Okay. The NFL is the behemoth of American sports. It just is what it is. There's nothing bigger. So then you couple that with, that's the NFL, I said.
Right.
Football itself is still number one. There's nothing you can do. Now, February 3rd, on average, February 10th at latest, pretty much is Super Bowl, correct?
Yeah, it'll be the 14th this season.
You keep going back. So yeah, but for the most part, March, April 26th through the 30th, NFL draft. So that's still the rest of the shortest month, a whole month of March, and pretty much the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA Finals will take you all mid-June. Pretty much on average mid-June. If they did what you said, 2.5 months for the NBA draft, what's going on?
But they could do it just before preseason, just before training camp starts.
What's going on? Don't try to fix it. What's going on?
Yeah, NFL minicamp starts in July, the end of July.
That draft would be in August.
Oh no, not that far. I'm talking about doing it maybe in July to get a little more traction, to get a little more out of it, as opposed to just shoving it right next. I'm not saying I wouldn't take it into football season, but just a little longer, because it's like, man, we just finished. Man, we got to get ready for the draft now. I don't think you give fans enough time to really go over everything, because like football season is, you got all that time, you analyzing everything that's happened, and they need to do this, they shouldn't do that, the free agency's going and all of that. Basketball is like, it just started, it just ended, and now they're doing the draft, and I get, it just seems too compacted to me.
All right, now go back to what you're saying. Okay, the NCAA tournament, and I'm using that as the benchmark. I'm using that as the benchmark, even though these kids are one and done pretty much via the rule. April, May, June. That's 3 months.
Yeah.
NFL. You pretty much the BCS game or the national championship game is what? January 30th?
Yeah, sometime in January, yeah.
February, March, April. So technically, from the last game to the draft, they're following the 3-month span. You're saying Super Bowl to draft, but really they're following the same, in a sense, 2.5, 3 month span of last college game to draft.
Yeah, okay.
So they're using that level of hype to get you thinking about them. Now, what you don't get with the NFL, with the NBA that you get with the NFL. The NFL simply has more drama and more teams with drama that will keep you NFL minded for that period of time. Like,
Yeah.
and also the NBA every so often might get a guy. They might get a guy that will keep you interested in every other guy. The NFL can take a top guy, create a quarterback, create another guy, create a buzz with a team he might be going to. They can't do it. They're incapable. They're incapable of holding it off that long.
Yeah, because like going through the different sports groups or whatnot online, I didn't see a whole lot of people discussing as far as the NBA draft. And like, hey, it's tonight. Who you got? Who you got? I didn't see a single post about, hey, what if they get so and so? I did see the trade, but I didn't see any mention of as far as the draft. Like they weren't excited or looking forward to it or anything. And so, but hey, like we know, football is the king of the hill. So, hey, you got to get in where you can fit in.
Got to get in where you can fit in, and until because baseball is not punching anybody in the face in July to get in their way. But I guess they do it off hot buzz, man. I guess they've always felt like every 4 years, if we did it the way you're saying, it's too close to the NFL preseason, and then we probably also competing with the fortnight of the Olympics.
Yeah.
See, even the NFL can compete with the Olympics.
And FIFA's going on right now too. So that kind of
that kind of hurts too, because basketball is a world global sport, and look at it. No one is thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of FIFA, what about the height of it in America? What do you think about what's going on? Do you think you're seeing more of what it should be? Or do you think it's just something that I'm just easing that in there because I think you.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. I think football has kind of corrected itself as far as because for a while people would, as I said, the mothers were trying to say, "Hey, I don't want my kid, might not want my child playing football because of concussions," but football remedied that, so that's not as big of an issue or topic as far as losing guys anymore. So, but I think soccer is. I think it just goes against American nature as far as because there's not a lot of scoring. If you don't know what you're watching, you don't understand anything. I played for a few years, so I understand it if I watch it. But for those who don't watch, it's more interesting to see other teams that you don't know anything about because they bring those teams from other countries because you hear about it over there. But I don't think soccer is going to ever explode in America. They've been trying to do that forever. There's a lot of kids playing it, but I don't think it's going to ever explode because if it was, you would see it on TV more often. You would see more coverage in college. You would see the high school games being broadcast on, but you don't like now. Can you name a high school phenom playing soccer?
American?
Or yeah,
Oh,
or yeah, or a college phenom from America playing soccer. The last phenom I can remember, and this was some years ago. I think his name was Eddie. He was 14. You remember him? The Eddie kid who was 14 and
a
it
dude
got signed. Yeah, him.
a few years ago.
Oh, it was a while ago. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
10
yeah. We
years
talking
ago.
about
Yeah,
Freddie.
yeah,
Freddie, a dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Freddie about 30 years ago. Easy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the last person. So I don't think that soccer is going to ever get to where it's as big as it is in other countries. I just don't think it is.
Let
And
me tell you.
it's not sexy. It's not. Hey, my boyfriend is the center for the soccer team.
But they have some sexy wives.
Yeah. Now the money that they pay internationally is huge, but it's just I don't think it's never. I don't think it's going to ever grasp, the American culture, sports culture.
I mean, the
like
culture,
that.
the culture of soccer is a club culture in America. I don't think it's that level of panache, extravagant, like soccer in America. I won't say it's as much, but it is kind of on a level of polo, water polo, tennis. Like it's an astute sport from a learning perspective. Like it's not urban. It's not an urban sport. Let's be real.
Yeah.
A lot of kids can play it urbanly, but you find it to be an urban sport in other countries. It's a poor man's sport in other countries, like baseball.
Yeah. Okay.
Baseball over
I was
here.
reading. I was reading the chat from Todd. As far as basketball, you got to also take into account that it's an 82 game season, and when it starts and when it ends, as far as why they have the draft so soon after. Is it plus, like I said, plus playing those 82 games per season, they don't have time to wait around because it's a longer season as well. Thanks for that, Todd.
Yeah, it's more games, but longer season, month to month is the same. Baseball would be a longer season.
Mm-hmm. I think he's saying because they play so many games, the 82 games as far as, yeah, but because, the season is, it is
Basketball is the span of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hey, thank you, Todd Stanton, for letting us know. Now, I will say this. Please let us know in the chat about what we're about to say about this soccer. So you've been to a professional soccer game?
A long time ago, back when Atlanta had the Chiefs.
All right, so you have the thing that I have with the Rowdies in America, but I did go to a United game, and I've also went to World Cup, and it was here a while back.
Mm-hmm.
I did it a while back. I had a boss that was into that. But here's the thing, and I noticed back then, and I'll say the same thing now. The extravaganza that a soccer game is to European fans is different because of alcohol.
Yeah.
We drink beer at basketball games and football games. I don't think Americans are as mature enough with their drinking habits for soccer. And I mean that in the sense of length of the game, how many games you play in soccer? That's a lot of drinking. Like if you go to all the soccer games, that is not, you can drink heavy Sunday and you ain't drinking like that again until next Sunday.
Yeah, but they play more games than long. The fandom is crazy.
That's what
And
I'm
you
saying.
talking overseas, you talking hundreds of thousands of people at the game.
The tradition of soccer, the tradition of a baseball game, high school, college, pro, football, high school, college, pro, basketball, high school, college, pro. In America, it's pretty much the same. It's the same level of rowdy. It's different fan atmosphere, size of stadium. College probably being the most fandom largest atmosphere, because when you get to the NFL, it starts getting a little corporate. And I mean student body involved in college. So I'm gonna say that, but it's pretty much the same. You cannot clone European football, soccer in America from a high school and college standpoint. You can't have that. You can't. It's not the same. It's not parallel. It's different. It's just different. So soccer as a big American sport will never be, not because of the game, but because of the atmosphere. I don't think we just embrace it. You you're going to have to invent, and you know what else? As much as America loves to score and loves points on the board, and you can see how they do that with
Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough scoring.
it's
So
not enough.
people look at it.
It's not enough scoring, and it's not physical enough for the American psyche. Even
Yeah,
baseball, even baseball to a degree had to cut back on its physicality. NBA had to cut back on its physicality. NFL still it's cut back, but it's still the most physical sport. If if you can't field some strikers or whatever it is, and some enforcers on your squad and playing American style football, FUTBOL game, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. If you say, man, they won the game, the final score was 2-1, and you saying it was a great game out there, the average person who doesn't watch it, doesn't know anything about soccer, is gonna say 2-1. Y'all was running for 3 hours and then scored for
you
three
know, I
total
got 2
points.
points. Oh, it's harder to score in soccer.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's. I mean, by
the fastest,
nature, soccer
the
isn't a
fastest,
isn't a
the
high
fastest
scoring
dude, the fastest
game.
dudes in the world, the fastest dudes in their country still aren't playing soccer. They're running
Yeah,
track.
yeah,
The fastest dudes, the fastest dudes, if you teach them how to dribble and they got some soccer in them, still are not playing soccer. I don't care who you want to argue with, and all my Jamaican friends, the fastest dudes still aren't playing soccer. The fastest dudes in Africa, the fastest dudes in Bangladesh, the fastest dudes in Asia, they're not playing soccer. Then nobody's telling you to keep your head on a swivel in soccer. Like, I want to play a game where a dude come across the middle and I just got a straight up enforcer who's going to set a pick. Bam! Oh,
yeah,
he running free. They don't run
yeah.
play.
It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't grasp the American sports culture
It
like
just
that.
doesn't.
And also, if you most people who say that, hey, I played soccer also, they say, yeah, I did it because it helped me. It was to help me with my footwork in whatever in the other sport that I was playing. It's a sport that you can use to take some of the skills, particularly your footwork, and apply it in another sport. You can apply it on the football field. You can apply it on the basketball court. It's one of those sports that you just use to stay in shape and to take whatever you can get from it to the real sport that you want to play.
It's a good year-round sport.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is in between you getting to the football season, because you might not want to run track.
Yeah.
So, but I just think I think it's too many levels of Americanized. It's a big sport though, big.
Yeah, it's big. It's bigger than any other sport around the world.
I think
It's just not that here.
It might be, and this is a swap. It could be auto racing, soccer, horse racing, or soccer, auto racing. Like it's biggest sports globally. Those are your boxing. Got to probably get in there too, from a global perspective. But yeah, those three are your main ones. But I mean, we could argue soccer all day, and we're not arguing soccer. It's just I just think oh, and finally, I don't think we love our country enough to play soccer.
Well, especially not in this climate.
We can't even come together. We can't come together to root. Oh man, the U.S. soccer team, man, they're going to the final. Oh man, we need to root as America. Hey, wait a minute, hold on. Did you vote for Trump? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You a MAGA soccer American fan? I can't.
Yeah, it won't grow here. It's not going to get how they want it here.
All right, now on to the next topic, man. But before we get on to the next topic, what we just been talking and I forgot, please make sure you come out and join us. Hold on, I'm forgetting all about this thing here, man. It got my live going. I ain't got my live thing, man. It's a new setup. It's a new setup. I can't even say what I want to say. But at any rate, we got this whole thing going on with what we want to let everybody know. Please make sure you go to YouTube, YOUTUBE, and subscribe to No Jazz Show. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. You can also find us on Instagram at the No Jazz Show, also on X at No Jazz Show. You can find us on TikTok. We're enjoying you over there at TikTok. We love y'all. We just be posting at TikTok, and y'all be just hitting back. Hey, they hit you hard on TikTok one time. I don't think you saw that comment, but it's all good. But you're a star now. You just got to take it. This is what it is, man. You're a star now. You got to take it. This is what it is. But and you can also find us on Facebook at N small O capital J small ASS. That's the Facebook group and our actual fan page, all caps, No Jazz. So make sure you do that. And we're just gonna do that because we missed the top of the hour rundown of how to do that and where we are and where you can find us. And you can also email us at NOJASSHOW@gmail in regards to any topics or anything that we have said or that you would like us to speak about. Now, moving right along, your boy, we actually talked about, what did we say? Tricking was gambling? No, caking was gambling. Caking was gambling. We got a gambler, a former gambler. Because he said, because I did read that he said he admitted what he was doing. He was fixing himself. But the NFL is not having a supplemental draft for your boy Brandon Sorsby. Post went up real good. I like y'all. Y'all really identified with that post when we put it on YouTube. I thank you all for that. Yeah. But they won't be having a draft for him. So he has to wait to enter the 2027 draft. What do you think about the best way for him to approach this upcoming year in college? To stay clean.
Well, he won't be getting any more NIL money because he's no longer allowed to play college football. He needs
Oh,
to
that's the fifth
keep
year
him.
that he falls under the 5th year. Well, go
What?
ahead. Go
Oh
ahead and stay
no,
in there.
because they said he couldn't play anymore. He was entering the draft.
Oh, you don't
Not
get to
and
step
they
back no more.
he's not gonna be able to step back. He's gonna have to. I don't think
But you
he can
got to
step
step back
back.
if you didn't hire an agent.
He he got an agent also,
Oh,
so he's not gonna be able to, and he can't He couldn't transfer anywhere. I think that it's good that he's not playing. He doesn't have maybe he doesn't have any NIL money, so he can't. So hopefully he'll get the help that he needs. Because like I said before, if he was drafted this year, he's one suspension just waiting to happen. Because I'm going to say this, I think he allegedly has a gambling problem, and you don't want that being drafted. He's looking right now. He's looking like Art Schichter Jr. Out of Ohio State, who was a first-round pick back in '82 and played 13 games in his career because he was suspended from gambling all that time and didn't play well at all. This kid is going to end up either in Canada or the UFL, possibly one of those two, if he gets the shot. I think he needs to work on himself. He needs to get himself in football shape, stay ready, and needs to be able to show that he's taking the steps in order to get that out of his system and not relapse. Because if he does go, he gets to counseling, and he's like, "Hey, I'm clear from gambling. I don't do that anymore." And he gets drafted, and somebody gives him 6 figures.
yeah,
Hey,
a whole lot of he could be the bank.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. It's just $20. It's just $20 on who's gonna call heads and who's gonna call tails on the kickoff. And next thing you know, kicked out of the league because he's gambling. And it's just bad. But that's all of that stems from the NCAA not doing something better in terms of NIL. Because if he didn't have the NIL money, he wouldn't have made to gamble away $90,000 over the course of 3 schools.
Let me clarify something. Because I don't want anyone to confuse sports gambling. And I'm not trying to be in anybody's locker room and on anybody's plane, but there's a lot of bid, whiz, tunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's another card game? There's a lot of them. Spades, dice, some CeeLo, crap, poker. It's a lot of gambling going on in NFL franchises with players. They do it. It's a pastime. It's traveling. You've heard of incidents where gambling has caused players to come to fisticuffs. So this young man, if he has this habit that a lot of them have, he just got caught in the game. Like his game, the game. He wasn't playing outside. You know, a lot of them go to Vegas. A lot of them go to Vegas and get credit and all that stuff. You know what you get when you, hey, you know, hook me up, and then they give you that. You know, you get your little, I guess, little ride, or you know, you Vegas, you know. But so he's going to be like around a lot of gambling. I don't care. Like, you got a habit. I don't. That's gonna be tough for him. That's what I'm more worried about.
Yeah, that and the fact that the gambling is one thing, but you gambling on the game, which the thing that you can't do.
Even if he rehab, we know he gambled on the game. He can rehab from that.
Yeah,
he can still be a habitual, and then that'll take him
back. Yeah. So
he might be losing somebody. He might be losing some money over $100 who can make it in the trash can with this balled up paper game.
Mhm.
And then that build up into something. I don't know if you ever played CeeLo or crap.
Yeah.
When you learn how to play, did you start with the pennies or did you start with money?
We did pennies.
Okay, so you know, pennies is nothing. But how fast them pennies turned into nickels, them nickels turned into dime, them dime turned into quarter, them quarters.
Quarters.
Come on.
Mhm.
How fast?
Yeah.
That's how you
It
learn
don't
again. How
take
fast?
long.
It do not take long. And then the bank come creep around the corner. Oh, you know how to play now?
Because all you gotta do gambling is win once or twice, and hey,
Ooh.
and you're like, oh man, I won. And so it doesn't matter if you lose the next time because you know what it feels like to win and you've done it before.
Buddy can
Next
get
thing you
behind.
know,
Buddy can get behind quick. And he catch up with one of them boys on the who know how to shoot dice or whatever he doing, and he on the practice squad or he on league minimum, but he's good at what he do. He might say, "Hey, I'm gonna need such and such on my DraftKings, not the," or he need to get them 6. See that boy? Ooh, that's what.
yeah. So he's gonna need a whole lot of help in
You
order
need a
to
whole lot of help,
keep
boy.
himself. Yeah. And so and him going into the NFL right now would not be good.
Woo.
Would not be good.
And that's probably why they held off on him.
Yeah. So I got no problem with them not having the draft. And also the supplemental draft, they don't have it every year. And when they do have it, sometimes nobody even gets selected because if you select him in the draft, in the supplemental draft, that means you're giving up a pick in next
You're giving
year's
up a pick.
draft. Do you really think that one bet away from a suspension player is worth giving up a pick? Yeah,
you're special. You're special.
Yeah.
Supplemental drafts are special.
Yeah.
Not special cases. Special
Special
players.
player. Yeah.
Let's not get that wrong. Special players. All right. So since we're talking about that, NCAA has approved the age-based 5-year eligibility rule. Your eligibility is over within 5 years. Think like that. Hold on. You know what? Let me help you out. Your eligibility is over within 5 years of high school graduation, regardless. You can't just hang out and be a super senior like your boy was on Poetic Justice. I mean, not Poetic Justice, but what
He's
was it?
a super senior.
Yeah, she called him a super. No, she called what was the name? Dub Ice Cube character on
Oh yeah, on
you're a super
high
duper.
learning.
Higher
High
learning.
learning. Yeah.
You're a super duper senior. Can't hang out and do that. Chad, tell me what Ice Cube name was in that movie.
Yeah, if you can tell us without using Google what his character's name was, we'll send you a big old bucket of pride.
Yeah,
yeah. I think that's a great move. I'm glad the NCAA finally did something right. This is going to cut down on all this transferring. It's going to cut this transfer portal. You're not going to have guys. You won't have an Indiana team again. Because everybody's talking about, man, guys are 25 and 26 years old for Indiana.
Well,
they should have won.
Miami on average was older.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You won't have that anymore.
Like 2 months and all that stuff. But yeah.
But the clock starts running as soon as you graduate. 5 years after your high school graduation is over. Unless that's a special exception.
Yep.
Yeah.
Red shirt, yeah. You get red shirt.
And they come out getting rid of red shirts. Yeah.
Either or.
So 5 years, and after that, you either get a job in the real world, or you go to the NFL. Now I want my 7th year eligibility. Nope. You got 5 years to get it.
5 years.
I think that's great. Like I said, it's gonna cut down on the transfer portal because guys, I can't play here. Oh, I can't play here. Well, I done transferred 4 times in 3 years, but I can petition the NCAA to get me an additional 2 or 3 more years, and they're gonna give it to me because I didn't really play. That's not happening anymore. You got guys now who are gonna have to actually honor their commitment. Because I think next what they need to do is say, hey, you get 1 time to transfer. After that, you stuck there, and you can't transfer after your sophomore year. You got to put in 2 years. You got to honor this commitment that you made to this school. You signed a contract. You signed NIL. You signed the NIL deal. You need to honor that. And so for the NCAA, again, thumbs up for you because you finally did something right. Now, if you can get NIL itself under control and hunker down and get something done with these crazy transfers, we might have the game back to where, okay, I can see my team building up something. I might see my juniors and seniors play together and say, hey, we had this guy for 3 or 4 years, and his senior year, we finally saw something. Instead of his senior year, he was playing at his 3rd school. So I'm glad that they done it.
Done it, and it's over with. Good riddance. Back to Coach. You sitting here in my mama house. Or my grandma's house. And I hear you have a guy by the name of Cedric Benson that has 1 more year of eligibility. But I want to start next year. What is it going to take for you? Because I only have 5 years. What is it going to take for you to sign me? And I start next year. Because I'm on the clock. I don't have the graces. We back on that level of recruiting. Mm-hmm. And if anybody don't know the story of that, y'all know who that was, right? That's Adrian Peterson, baby. Yeah.
You got to.
That Texas
now you're going to see your recruiting starting back.
He wasn't wrong, but y'all about to lose a lot of people.
Yeah, and you won't have a kid who decides, hey, I want to go and play professional baseball. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
2 years I'm playing 2 years of baseball. Okay, well, it's not working out. I want to go and play in college. Okay, you got 2 years gone. You only got 3.
5 out of high school.
Mm-hmm. You got 3 years left to make your mark. Or you played 3 years. Now, you got 2 years to make your mark in here. You can't beat Chris Winkie. We won't see Chris Winkie again.
5 years.
Which is what it should have always been.
Pretty much. But hey, that's where we put this situation, man. That's where we put the situation. Now, let's get back to big money ball, which is the NFL. I want to talk about this guy. Patrick Mahomes adjusts his. we always be getting these implants. We need to be dealing with our Texas boys. But anyway, Mahomes' new deal adjusts his salary to $64 million per year.
That's a lot of arrows.
But he adjusted.
Yeah.
For the team. He could be $128 million a year and nobody will be mad at him.
Man, he got to do something. They got to give him something to work with. They can't have what they had last year happen.
He's adjusting for that. But you know what? I will say this. He solidified. Now he just wants maybe it outright, or he know it's not over yet, and he don't want the latter part of his career to not have some level of, because everyone said he won so early he was gonna go through a period of a gap. I mean,
yeah.
I hate to compare an athlete of his caliber to Tom Brady winning caliber, because I don't like to do that. It's not parallel to me. I don't care what you all say. Mount Rushmore of athletes, it's not the same. But I think Tom went 6, 7, 8 years in between championships.
It was almost 10.
So it happens.
Yeah.
And then on the back end, he still finished well. So sometimes it happens. You gotta. And we don't know if Pat gonna play that long. Pat might get 6 and get up out of there.
Yeah, and remember, Mahomes is only 31. But so when his contract is up, he's gonna only be 37. And these guys are playing quarterbacks now, are playing through their late 30s and going into 40s.
And he might have a young running back or a wide receiver that only could do 5 years of college, and he left early in 3. I got you, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have, and I think obviously they pay him for what he's done, and also they're paying him for what they expect him to be able to do. He's one of those guys who, again, it's not just paid for what he's done, and and that's it. He's still young enough, and I'm sure he's still improving. So they're expecting more of what they've seen in him at his best, because remember, their offense has never recovered from losing Tyreek Hill. Now, if they ever get him a receiver who can really do damage and not be on the racetrack, Rashee Rice, if they ever get somebody who can really do some damage and stay out of trouble.
When you say recover, do you mean recover numerically? Because they won a Super Bowl without him.
They won, but that deep threat and that knockout punch hasn't been there since they lost Hill. I mean, think about it. They haven't had a dominant receiver who makes you shiver when he goes out. What's his name? Tight end Kelce. He's been their most consistent threat on offense. I mean, Mahomes' numbers have gone down.
Does Tyreek Hill make you shiver? Does Tyreek Hill make you shiver without Patrick Mahomes being by there? Or has he?
He put up 1,700 yards and what was that? Another 1,300 with Tua. He's still that guy. He was still that guy.
Was anybody on the other side? Well, I guess Kelce.
Waddle.
I guess Kelce could be the Waddle that you kind of got to consider. All right, and then you got A-Chain. That was a fast boy. He opened up. So all right. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So they've never recovered from that, and I'm sure Mahomes they were hoping Xavier Worthy could do it, but what's Worthy? About maybe 6 feet, 130 pounds, 140 with his equipment. He didn't show anything last year. You saw he had speed, but he doesn't make you wonder or scared. He doesn't make you stay up at night. Then man, I can't get beat by him. Mahomes is gonna have to do.
He's not even man, my bad, man. Number 10 for the Eagles.
DeSean
Jackson. Yeah. He ain't even DJ. Like he don't even give you fear of getting by him. Like he fast enough.
Yeah,
But it's
but
something about his wide receiver skills. He ain't getting by you. Like for some reason, he's not getting by you
yeah, and Rashee Rice
as much as
is
he should.
staying in trouble. He's gonna need to hire a driver. We don't need him driving anymore. So they still have the best trigger man in the game, especially if he comes back and he's healthy. But you got to get some bullets in the gun. You can't. Mahomes is too special of a talent to have him dinking and dunking his way to the end zone.
He knows how to do it though. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah, he can do it. Yeah,
he get. That's why he's so masterful. He can win like that, but you don't want him playing every game like that.
yeah. He's able
Yeah,
to adapt. He's able to adapt. You can correlate that, or you can compare that to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd was able to, in his prime, could fight whatever fight he needed in order to get a win.
could turn the fight into whatever
Yeah,
he needed.
yeah, whatever he needed to do,
Okay, this
he would
round I might
win.
have to. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's different.
yeah.
That's
So
different.
that's what makes Mahomes so special. And Andy Reid, what are they gonna do if Andy decides, hey, I think it's my last go round in in 3 years from now? Who are they going? Are they going to be? Is Mahomes going to be able to say, "Hey, this is who I want to be my head coach or my OC now"? Is he gonna say, "Hey, I think Bieniemy needs to finally get a shot"? Or is he gonna have somebody that he has in mind? Because if you get the wrong coach who gets a hold of Mahomes, you could ruin what could wind up being a nice closing run because you decide you don't want to win that way. So
Right.
the money they're paying him tells me that he's got some say so and some pull in the organization on who they draft going forward, what coaches they hire as far as an OC or quarterbacks coach or anything like that. But they need to give him something. Otherwise, you're gonna waste he's 31. You're gonna waste the next 10 years. I believe he'll play till he's 41. You're gonna waste those next 10 years if
I
you
know.
don't, yeah, if you don't get what he needs in order to get the best out of him. I don't want I'm a Steelers fan, so when they don't win, when my Chiefs don't win, I'm glad. But at the same time, because I love the game, I love watching Mahomes play. I want to see him be able to do well.
My favorite quarterback right now.
Yeah, and you think about it, he got 64 million a year. 64 million a year. So what are the Ravens gonna do when it's time for Lamar to come to the table? They gonna are they gonna match that, or they gonna go higher than that?
Right.
That's
All
gonna be
right. Now,
interesting to watch.
very interesting to watch. Now, there was a discussion about Myles Garrett, who's now a Los Angeles Ram. In Cleveland, they said he didn't step up as the leader and the focal point, and I do believe that was market because he's a Texas boy. Um, that kind of had him in reserve, but they say he didn't step up um as a leader of the defense, and I think that was more focal. But I like the fact that I disagree with it because I think he led with his actions, not his mouth. You lead with your mouth. You lead with your mouth when you know you can't get as many sacks anymore, and you done find yourself at that end of your career. Nevertheless,
Yeah,
do you think he'll be a vocal leader in Los Angeles, in a city of lights? Now, that's another one too. Who's number one in that city as far as the football as far as the team is concerned? Like we did
I
in
think
Miami.
it's I think it's always been the Lakers, but when the Rams are doing their thing, I think it's hard to be. I think they are close second when they aren't good, and they're probably tied when they're actually winning. But I think the Lakers are the main draw there. They're the main draw.
I'm going
Regardless.
to I'm going to say the Rams aren't a draw at all. They have to be winning. They're on a draw.
Yeah, they gotta be winning.
It's the Lakers Dodgers. Because the Dodgers do what the Dodgers are the Dodgers. And they're the Dodgers, but they be winning too. So the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Like the Dodgers have solidified that too. I'm never going to take anything away from the Dodgers solidifying that too. The only other LA team to even push the Lakers in Los Angeles lore is going to be, if you ever, and it's not going to happen, brought back the LA Raiders. That's it. No one else.
Yeah.
Not the Chargers, not the Rams. That stuff, nah. They'll never, nah.
The Chargers, I don't even think people even consider the Chargers a LA team. It's like, oh, they happen to be here. But I think everyone still looks at them and says, that's the San Diego Chargers. Rams, that's my cousin who came to live with us.
Rams, Chargers, Clippers are the same. It's the Dodgers. Matter of fact, it's Lakers, Dodgers. I said they solidified the two. I'm not going to change it. USC football.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the football team. The college, yeah.
UCLA basketball. If it's doing good, UCLA basketball, get it. They get up there, boy. People love UCLA basketball from the old school.
Yeah.
UCLA football.
And
UCLA basketball could jump USC football if they're not winning in the same year. Like that's LA sports. But I'm gonna give it Lakers, Dodgers. If the Raiders were there, oh, they number one. They number one.
Yeah, they still, yeah, because some people still consider the Raiders to be a LA team.
Gang culture.
Yeah.
That is their, all the sets come together on Sunday.
Yeah,
for real.
But Miles, if Miles does for the defense what Stafford did for the offense, they might build him a statue. If he does for them, because when they got Stafford, they won the championship that same year. If they win the championship this year and their defense is dominant, they might give Myles Garrett a statue.
You might be on to something. I'm gonna tell you, you might be on to something. That would, because the Rams definitely try to create a mystique of that maize and blue, like that purple and gold. They know they be trying to do that. Helmet game, but it is what it is. But Myles Garrett, you come bring them a championship, you're going to create a situation outside of that stadium to where, okay, now we're going to go back and make statues like the Lakers did. Or have. And you're going to throw Eric up there. You're going to throw Aaron up there.
You're going to throw Marshall up there.
You're going to throw Marshall up there. There's a possibility. Back in the corner, Kurt gonna get up in there. Isaac might get up in there. See, now the mystique changes quite a bit. And now we might have to go. If they do that, we might have to revisit. We may have to revisit, because I don't know if you've ever been to that stadium, but it's magnificent. That's a spectacle.
Yeah. I want to go see a game at SoFi just because they look. And the thing about the SoFi was
It's
it.
just like the company said too. SoFi. It's not Dallas, but it's there.
Yeah, but the thing that got me, I want to say it opened the same year as Allegiant Field, and just from the things just from what I've seen on TV from SoFi, and I saw Allegiant, I was like, man, y'all, this thing doesn't come close to what they got in SoFi. I mean,
I don't
and
know now.
no, it's nice, but it's SoFi, I think
SoFi nice.
because yeah,
SoFi nice.
yeah,
Allegiant
and
is
you got the breeze coming through there. It's just it's like an architectural marvel, and it just looked like, man, it's one of the. But again, like this comparison is the thief of joy.
comparison is a thief of joy.
Because you can go get you a nice new house, and you're like, man, I love this. This is exactly what I wanted or whatnot. I got me a nice 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2 floors. Then you go, your boy just got him one. You go over to his house. He got 3 floors. He got 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 4.5 baths, 3-car garage, and and you like, dang,
They put
man,
statues out there. But you can't tell me when you pass by that Allegiant, you don't hear dun 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 dun. Hey boy, hey.
yeah. Yeah,
Woo!
when I first saw it, I said, "This is like the best."
Allegiant serious, boy. That's a serious
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
You
but
know,
it just looked different. But yeah, but Garrett could have him a stadium. I mean, a stadium,
statue.
statue, and I believe him coming into a winning culture and a coach who knows about winning culture will spur him to being the type of leader that they say he wasn't in Cleveland, like as far as being more vocal or whatnot. You think about it. He went to one playoff game in what 8-9 years in the league. He hasn't won games. He doesn't know what it's like to he doesn't know what it's like to continually be in games. He's always playing from behind. He's getting, like we talked last year. I know that he got those sacks and it's nice. It looks good for your contract and record, but like we said, man, it was empty calories because they didn't result in wins. Now he's with the Rams. He could go out and have the same type of, let's say he had the same type of year, but it's going to result in 12, 13, 14 wins. It looks a whole lot different. And when he sees that, I'm sure when he walked out there and he saw the talent they had and he's looking around, he's like, oh yeah, this is it. This is going to be nice. And when Verse steps out there with the Browns,
Yeah.
yes, he's there and he's like, yeah, he wants to be a good sport. He's probably looking at me, man, look at this shit.
Hey,
you know?
you run a little freer in the sunlight. Now tell me back on what we were saying originally as we're keeping this thing close knit. You think he'll be distracted in LA?
I don't think so. He just got to watch his speed. That's what he's got to do. He got to watch his speed because he's got a problem with putting the pedal to the metal. If he can avoid that, he'll be good. But I think,
Well, it's enough traffic out there. He might be all right.
Yeah,
He might be all right. Now, falling into the last topic, final hour, and it's gonna be drawn out and good, man, because we need to talk about it. How do we protect? And this is an iffy subject because touchy subject because what I do not want to do, as far as this show, as far as myself personally, I don't want to disregard any woman that I have in my life, whether it be mother, wife, girlfriend, daughter, cousins, female. I don't want to disregard and I don't want to take away anything that would make them feel like this is or has any level of victim shaming, because what we don't want to do is we don't want to disregard any of the women who have been involved in a side of domestic violence. But nevertheless, we do have a situation, whereas Geno Smith was involved in a domestic situation, and it seemed like it was a little bit embellishing going on in the video, and the young lady made it. And I don't know her side of the story. All I have is the video. That's all I have. All I have is video and what the officers on the scene told me they didn't do. So please don't get mad at me. Nevertheless, or No Jazz as a brand. Nevertheless, what can these players, former players in this limelight, players, current players, and former players, this thing needs to trickle down into the high school players because it's affecting you all too. It's affecting college players, especially with this money. What can we all do as far as some level of symposium, rookie symposium? No matter what you tell these guys, they're still going to do what they do. How do you protect yourself from these incidents? And what can you do to ensure that you are not caught up in a questionable situation? Because I do believe, regardless of what the police did not do, you still wear the scarlet letter of possibility on your chest when you find yourself involved in that situation. I wish the best for Geno Smith, that young lady, and anybody else that may get involved with that, because there are many stories, and that might not be the last one. But Tank, I'm just gonna ask you, what do you think could be done to try to alleviate this problem? Like do we have a sit down with these young ladies to try to see, what's going on? Like why do you all feel it's so easy or justified to attempt to make these young men look as if they did something that they possibly did not do, or more than they did?
First thing, kind of I looked again, and now they said that the incident is going to be further investigated. Yesterday they said, "Hey, it's closed." Now they're saying it's going to be further investigated. I think it's just to make sure they didn't
I'll tell you
miss
why,
anything.
but go ahead.
Okay, but I know people want to say it's athletes they're doing this, or these celebrities they're doing this, that, and the other. They're out of control or whatnot. The situation out of control. The NFL is nothing but a microcosm of society. It's if you go out and you get enough people, I think if you get the same number of random people outside of the NFL, outside of entertainment, just regular everyday people that you don't know, that same number of people, you will probably have roughly the same number of incidents. It's just they don't make the news because they aren't anybody, unless it's something just horrific that you can't fathom. But I think that there's nothing extra that these players or people are involved in. It's a smaller sample size of society, and they're under a microscope. Now, what I do think the NFL, if we're going to specifically the NFL, but it can go with other sports as well. But Geno's 30, 31, 32. But I think that the NFL, if they were to, we'll just keep it NFL, if they were to actually assign mentors to these guys when they come into the league, because you're 20, 21, 22, and all of a sudden you got more money than you've ever had before. Particularly if you got millions. And if you want an NIL guy, you definitely are going to be a little different. You aren't used to having that. And they need to talk to them about managing their money, managing their emotions, and making sure that you aren't dealing with people who wouldn't be dealing with you if you weren't who you were. Because a lot of times these guys, they wind up with women who, I mean, just got to be honest. A lot of these guys you see get in trouble, they're with some woman who they've outkicked their coverage. they've outkicked their coverage. And the reason why they were able to do that is because they got 7 to 8 figures in the bank. I think someone needs to talk to them about the fact that you have more to lose than whoever it is you're dealing with. And you've worked your life to get to this point, and you don't need to mess around with somebody who doesn't have much to lose, or somebody who's already been giving you problems, because they're targets. Because looking at that video, and the thing that was kind of shocking is I don't recall her putting the camera on herself. She just filming him. And we haven't heard anything. I'm not saying that it happened or it didn't happen, but this is the first time that we've heard Gino be involved in something like this. The only other incident he's had was his rookie year when he was talking smack to the linebacker. The linebacker rocked him, socked him in the jaw. But but other than that, we haven't heard him in any kind of domestic disputes or anything. So his track record says that he doesn't do this kind of stuff. Now, what hasn't been reported, we don't know. But as far as publicly, we don't, to the best of my knowledge, Gino has never done anything like this. And the way he was walking away from everything, most of the time you see something, an incident like this is happening, and somebody's trying to film it, you see the person who's supposedly the aggressor, you see them doing something like, get that camera out my face, move your phone, doing it. Gino, like, he just trying to go back in the house. Like, look, I'm tired. I'm not dealing with this. And it's kind of confusing because I don't think that woman, I don't think that's a woman he's involved with. I think she might be the mother of his child, but that's not his wife. So it looks like it might have been something different, because there was another woman whose statement was taken. But I just think they need to talk to these guys, and these guys need to get it through their heads that, hey, you are a target, even if you've been dating her for X number of years. You're still a target, because all it takes is one incident to get mad and say, okay, I'm finna mess your career up if you don't do this. Or since you did this, I'm finna go, and the NFL is gonna come down with the hammer if they have to. If they can't show anything otherwise, they're gonna drop the hammer on you. You just gotta be smarter. You gotta be smarter. You gotta keep control of yourself and realize that in the court of law, if something happens, you are stereotypically a big, burly super strong football player, and she's a frail, helpless, defenseless woman, and you've just almost taken her life because you try to push her through a wall. I'm not saying that happened, but that's what they're looking at. It's you like this, and she's like this, and that's what the court is going to look at. That's what jurors are going to look at. There's no way that this 5'1", 120-pound woman was doing something to really cause harm to this 6'3", 225-pound football player. You just got to be smarter. You got to be emotionally mature and say, if anything starts to elevate, starts to escalate, I'm not going to raise my voice. I'm just going to remove myself from the situation and say, let's talk about this another time, because you got much more to lose than the person you're dealing with. And also, please, start wrapping up. Start strapping up. If you aren't married, and this isn't me preaching them, but if you aren't married, don't have a child with these women, because all that does is complicate things, and it puts you on the hook for something that you weren't looking for and you weren't ready for legally for 18 years. And you're gonna be tied to this woman for the next 18 to 21 years, all because you wouldn't wrap up. So they've got to do better, man. The league can only do so much because they're not with you 24/7. you've got to be willing to take responsibility and say, I'm going to keep myself out of trouble.
I want to open this up by saying there are more in all sports, but we're gonna stick with the NFL because even in the NFL, there are more players, former players and professionals who don't get involved in these types of troubles than there are that do get in trouble. So when that one little strike happens, every so often when it happens in the year, I will always look at the part versus the whole. There are more players doing what they need to do, being who they need to be as a professional, than there are those that get caught up. But it only takes a split second, no matter where you are on this earth, no matter what you're doing. But it only takes a split second. As far as the mentors are concerned, you've heard too many players on too many occasions say, I reached out to them, they didn't pick up the phone. I reach out to them to talk to them, they don't pick up the phone. And you know that they're a part of their lives because they've known these kids since high school. And you know that because while they're playing, they go back and mentor the same kids that are going to end up being your rivals. Your idols become your rivals. You see it. Then they grow into retirement age and they're still having camps. So they know these kids. Like, you're not, you see it all across professional sports. You see a kid signing shoes by a dude who was early in his career, and then now he's this guy. Like, it's been a group effort. They've always had mentorships. What I suggest they do is go get the darkest figures. Go get the guys who have the real stories. Go show the dark side of that partying. Go show the dark side of that girl who just wanted those extracurricular designer drugs and more drinks that night on your tab because you caking. Eventually tricking. We know what you're doing. That's how you got caught up. That's how you got caught up. She mad because you didn't pay her. She mad because you didn't stay with her. She mad because some dude who don't have as much as you made her feel like she's somebody and you are somebody and you made her nobody. She probably never felt that before. Now she want to get back. Every dude from $0 an hour to $64 million a year has had to deal with one of them. And you know who you messing with. You know who you messing with. You know what type of chick that is. Stop acting like you don't. We love them. They easy. This ain't nothing against women. But we know what that look like. We know what that work versus that non-work look like. We know when we got one or two or three. We know it. Stop acting like we don't. Stop acting like it's not out there. You see it. You see the setup that they putting you through before it happened. They fun. I'm not even about to mention you and tell you not to be young. I'm trying to tell you,
don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. Be alert. I would be foolish to say, even if you talk about hip hop, I would be foolish to say that there aren't kids, even parenting, there aren't kids that are just saying that happened to you. That don't mean it's gonna happen to me, and it happened to them. So mentoring is just a matter of Well, I said what I needed to say. All I can do is, and I'm not knocking you for saying mentoring, but I'm just saying we can't say mentoring with and act like they have not always been mentoring. But the problem with mentoring is you gotta tell them the darkest stories. Go let him sit down with Henry Ruggs and ask him why he was really showing out in the car that night. I ain't blaming that girl because it's still his choice for him to put that pedal to the metal and speed the way he was. But let's ask him why he was. Let's ask him if that felt good to that girl to rumble in that seat when he got them RPMs up the way they was going.
Yeah. Let someone talk to Slitster and see how is it to lose your whole career over gambling.
Let's do that. Let's talk to the darkest. You know what I'm saying? Travis Henry. Go talk to them boys about how what strapping up really don't get for you. AP, go talk to them because you don't reap the benefits of all of that until the kids 18, 19, 20 years old, and now they can get back to the family. Now they can get back to the family because they kept your genes, and now they can make it to the league. But ask Chris Henry Jr. how it felt not to grow up without his father over some freak stuff that happened mad at a girl.
Mm-hmm.
A freak accident. Now, niggas, rest in peace, Chris. Pac-Man, ain't nobody talking about y'all because I know some of y'all mentally hear things and be going left, and I really don't care. All I'm saying is, ask them boys how it feels. One split second, he jumped on the car, and she was going wild. Ask Ray Caruth about what being angry got him. Ask Brian, who could have went to the NFL, I forgot his name, the high school boy. Sit down and tell these boys the real deal horror stories. Tell them, ladies, do the same thing for the girls who out there thinking they can be you. Oh yeah, that happened to me. Do that for them, and I don't mean the women that's being cheerleaders for the team. I mean the women who are mentoring the girls who gonna go out and be the new party girls. Y'all think y'all better than them. Tell the truth. Go tell the darkest stories. Don't be embarrassed to tell them dark stories. This is what you got caught up in. Oh no, baby. Yeah. Such and such had that money for 5 years, but then when he retired,
didn't have nothing.
He had to adjust them checks.
Yep.
He don't keep that money. He don't continue making that money all his life. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the average age or the average span of a football player, 5. Come on. Tell them girls the truth. They're not going to listen, but tell them the darkest story.
Yeah, at least let them know.
Let them know. Don't be embarrassed. Oh yeah, I was messing with him, and then I realized that I met him at a party in that city, and I ended up messing with him, and I didn't know, but they can get traded to the same team, and now I'm messing with 4 of them, and I didn't know that. Now they talking about me pointing. Tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We're young. It happens, but tell the darkest stories, because what a lot of these young men are dealing with is just emotions and embarrassment of the
not
female.
Emotional. Yeah, they're not emotionally mature to deal with it.
They're not emotionally mature to deal with it. I guarantee you, all of them that went through that stuff and all of that stuff can sit down and say, man, in that moment I guarantee you, Ray Rice's wife don't like what she said in that elevator and would take it back if she could. They good. He wasn't never broke. Oh, but he left a lot of money on the table. That boy was young when the NFL said, "Nah, we good. We got some more short running backs." You know, we don't know if Ray could have been what we looking at Saquon. We don't know that he had a trajectory. So all we saying is tell the darkest. That's what y'all not telling. Tell the darkest of the dark. Y'all got to really scare them. And they're still not going to do what you said.
But at least they'll know.
At least they'll know. Because they got mentors. I just can't. The way they listen to them, and they got another thing too. They got respect. The way they listen to them boys and practice, and the way they have their eyes on them, gazing at them boys, and they respect the fact that okay, he's somewhere where I want to be. He's making the money I want to make. And then you see he go out in that game and he opening his palms up like Cris Carter, his toe touching like Cris Carter. He doing all that stuff. They're listening to you. They respect what you say. They respect the fact that you're getting them to the next level. You just got to reach in and be wanting to get them to the next level of manhood.
Yeah,
and
trying to help you not just on the field but off the field.
Yeah. There's a woman out there who was the toss around. But she figured out how to get married to one of them NBA players, NFL players. She figured out the game. You see your girl going down that road. Look, girl, don't do that. Because the one thing I never done was embarrassed to do. Get loud. Let everybody know that I could possibly create a situation where he can go to jail. That's what saved me. I was never that girl. I might have some bedroom stories and a lot of jokers looking at me like, But let me tell you a secret. Once you get about 45, I ain't sweating that no more. Ain't nobody telling that story no more. You'll be all right. But you be the girl that sent him to jail, made him lose money, made him get traded from a team. Oh, you wearing the scarlet letter. Mm-hmm. Tell everybody the dark stories. That's what's missing. Tell them. So, as far as Gino is concerned, man, I wish him the best. As far as that young lady is concerned, hey, sometimes you gotta just. But you did good, boy. Back off. Oh, and there's enough data out there. We're on social media now. There's enough data out there where we're not telling you hypotheticals. You can show it to them.
Mm-hmm.
You show it to them. I'm not lying. This is what happened. Look at how this girl did. You can show it to them. And she probably was the one push record.
Yep. Yeah.
At any rate,
they got to do better.
Got to do better. At any rate, this is our last straw of the hour, man. We want to thank you all for joining us as we move into Wednesday, June 24th. But as we always do about that time, because I know I said a lot. Tank, do you have any last word?
I just wanted to just say this because I've had a few people talked about it and got people coming down on them. You got Joe Hayden has come out and talked about it. There's a guy that played was on the practice roster with the Dolphins who was saying, hey, he was making $5,000 a week, and all of these players they've shared their stories as far as, hey, money they make. They're not ungrateful. They're thankful. They acknowledge what they make, but they also just pointing out that, hey, when you hear that we made this much money, it's not If they say I got 50,000, it's not 50. 50 million is not 50. You cut that in half, then everybody else takes their portion. It's just a lot of people think these guys. I think a lot of these athletes are ungrateful because of the money they make, but they still have the same issues that we have. They just bigger, as far as dealing with money. Yeah, they're dealing with money. Or if somebody gave me, I had $7 million left, I'd be this, that, and other. If you 20 and 21 and somebody just gave you that, you're gonna be in the same boat as they are. You're gonna be, you're gonna piss off a lot of that money. I mean, because that's just the way it is. You didn't grow up with it. You were an athlete who was destined to go to the NFL or destined to go pro. You weren't taking business classes and all that stuff. You don't know how to manage that money. You never had a job before. Your first job is one that pays you 7 to 8 figures. So give them a little grace when they share with you what their experiences with it, instead of saying, "Man, you wasted all that. That was so stupid." At your age, if you the same age as they were, I guarantee 8 or 9 out of 10 of you would have blown the money also, or would have been in the same situation.
I totally agree. That's why when those guys say stuff like that, even with what we just spoke of, I always put KD at 21 to 25 and say, before I give them me now, because that's what people tend to do. 21 to 25. Let me let you know, man, I understand. But as they say, smart people, watch others' mistakes. Wise people don't make others people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? However the saying goes. Now, my last words, I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm gonna just keep this short and I'm gonna keep it brief because I want to get us out of here. Because the truth is the truth. Ladies, this is for you. For all of you that were afraid of those old Freaknik tapes and those Daytona tapes and even those Bike Week tapes, don't even worry about them. Let them come out. Let them come out. Don't worry about what the kids gonna think. Don't worry about how embarrassed the kids gonna be. Let them surface, come out, it happened. They're gonna blow by. I'm gonna tell you why. Daphne Joy has proven that we are a nasty generation of people that don't care. What? I thought it was Kim. Kim was a little. Daphne is. Did you watch it? How much of it did you watch? All I can say is embrace it, baby. Because the world we living in, you good. You good. You worry about your job? Ask your boss how long he watched the tape. If HR watched it, well, we saw the video. Hey, be like, hey, the video was 5 minutes long. How much of it did you watch? Well, I saw enough. How much is enough? And when you see them scratch and scrounge, they watch the whole thing. So, like, all I'm saying is, Daphne Joy has proven we are we are Europe during the Benny Hill era. Like we don't care no more. Like, we straight. Like it's whatever, man. It is whatever. So like I said, if the video come out, Daytona, if the video come out Freak Nick from the 90s, you good. Don't even worry about it. This has been the No Jazz Show. NOJASS. I want to thank you all for coming out. I want to thank you all, and I want to make sure you all go to YouTube and subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, share, and again, subscribe to our show. Thank you to all the people who subscribed in the past few days. We enjoy y'all. We love y'all. Hopefully, we got some more subscribers during the show. You can also find us on our Facebook page in small O's, capital JASS, and our other page, all caps, No Jazz. Instagram, The No Jazz Show. We're on Twitch at GMP Media Group. We're also on X, No Jazz Show, and TikTok. I forget my friends over there at the TikToker, The No Jazz Show or No Jazz Show. We've enjoyed y'all. It's been great. Tank, do what we always do about this time. Salute them. Tell them to go.
See you next week.